What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of BKNY Hoops. If you're new to the channel, I am your host, as always, Rashid White. All right, you guys see the title. You see the thumbnail over there, man. We got a new report from Nic Claxton himself saying personally that he actually really loves being with the Brooklyn Nets. So, how much are you actually really willing to pay this guy over here, man? Let's get into this article and let's see what it actually has to say. Let me scroll down here. I should have had this ready. Hold on. All right, here we go. Right here. All right. So, they had an interview with Mike Scotto, of Hoops Hypes, and Nic Claxton offered positive views of his team and his teammates, and once again expressed optimism about staying in Brooklyn following this summer's free agency. So he says that this is a place where he wants to be. I'm here now. Hopefully everything works out in Brooklyn. I love it here. And the second time, the 5-year veteran talked about his positive feelings towards Brooklyn, offering similar sentiments last April. So Claxton's projected salary headed into free agency, $21 million per year, according to 12 NBA executives polled by Hoops Hypes. 2 of the 12 executives believe Claxton can get as high as $27 million annually. 4 others executives peg Claxton's value in the $20 to $25 million range there, and 2 executives value Claxton at $20 million annually. Now, I personally would say $15 million. And listen, don't get angry at me. Just hear me out, man. I know a lot of people would think, "Yo, Rashid, man, you really hating on Nick." I'm like, I'm not hating on him. I'm just looking at the guy's skill set. And you got to really say whether, one, is he actually really going to truly make an all-star team? That's the whole thing. Can Nic Claxton develop into an all-star caliber player? Because that's the goal over here. The goal, for any any team in the NBA is to actually win a championship. And we got to look at the teams that's actually really currently ahead of us. All right, so the Nets... So they're worried about actually getting into the repeated tax over here. And it says new NBA sanctions for big spending teams in 2025. The next big summer of free agency. So I guess the Nets are looking like, okay, yeah, I'm saying the same thing. You don't want to go into like a luxury tax or repeated tax situation if you're not going to really even win a championship over here, man. So Brooklyn currently has 3 rotation players who will be big free agents in July: Claxton, Spencer Dinwiddie, Royce O'Neal. They also have 4 players on vet minimum deals like Lonnie Walker. He's definitely a key to actually really re-signing, actually getting him a big deal. Dennis Smith Jr., Harry Giles III. He's important. Giles and Trent and Wofford. In addition, they have to make decisions this summer on Cam Thomas and Daewon Sharp, both of whom are eligible for extension starting in 2025-2026. This actually puts Sean Marks in a really precarious situation over here. Now, let's get into the value amount of Nicholas Claxton. Right now, currently, he's making about $8.75 million a year. Now, he's a really good regular season playoff player, okay? In the regular, it's 2 different seasons. I want to really overly emphasize that. There's 2 different seasons, the regular season and the playoffs. And in the playoffs, they get past the first round, the coaching actually starts getting better. The players actually start getting better over here. We're going to look into his career stats over here. Let's see if it shows up on screen. Yes, it does. Where were we? So when he... Hold on. Okay, here we go. So from 2019 to 2020, from 4.4 points a game to about 12.2 points per game. So I mean, his contract is going to take up a lot of cap space, and it could hinder the Brooklyn Nets actually signing these guys like Spencer Dinwiddie, the guys I was just mentioning, And you got to look at his free throw shooting is 62%. Okay, this would kind of it would come back to hurt you in the playoffs right there, man. But like I said, they, these coaches, and they got all this game film on you. They break your game down to the molecule. And I was on the Big Fan Breezy's live stream Saturday. See, it was Saturday night, yes. And they said, "Yo, you hating on Claxton?" I said, "Listen, man, he has no offensive game. Okay, he really does not have. Not on a college level, yes, he can actually, but on the NBA level." It's just not there. And like I'm watching the Denver game, and when it comes to basketball, you got to play both sides of the basketball, man. Both sides of the ball, offense and defense. And with a guy like Nikola Jokic, you got to actually make him actually work on a defensive end. And Claxton does not do that. He doesn't really give you any type of offense. And especially against these big 7-footers, man. I mean, he can't shoot. He doesn't have a pull-up jump shot or anything like that. We seen him hit 1 3-pointer. That's good. That's a positive sign. But then what about if they were actually run him off the 3-point line? Then where's the pull-up jump shot? Because he's not going to be able to just go, and dunk it on guys like Joel Embiid and Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, we're going to win a championship. These are the guys that's in our way. We seen Bam actually get the better of him. Bam Adebayo get the better of him. He wants to be like that. He said he wants to model his game after Bam Adebayo. Then that's going to take a long time, man. It doesn't happen overnight. Just to actually have your feet in a catch and shoot position, just to have your feet set in terms of like just getting the right footing takes years, man. Years. And the shooting, then there's, like I said, the floater. He needs the footwork. I don't see that. I don't see it. He airballed the last game. He airballed the hook shot. So you seen him struggle against Clint Capella, guys that are like, 240 something pounds. So he needs to add more muscle. He needs to add more frame. I think he's about 225 pounds, I believe. So that's the thing, man, with Nic Claxton. His strength is actually really playing great defense, and he can actually switch on to guards. But like guards, these guards in the NBA have, and like if guards are actually going to the rim, let's say a straight line drive to the basket, yes, he has the ability to actually negate their shots and really kind of affect them, like a Wembanyama or something like that. You see how he can actually really, change, make people actually start thinking like, okay, the rim protector's actually there, and I gotta look out for this guy, and it makes them second guess, overthink the game somewhat, which is, a benefit. But now, a lot of these guards, they have like guys like Devin Booker, Kyrie Irving, Jamal Murray, what's his name? What's his name? Steph Curry, the guy on the Indiana Pacers over there, man. Tyrese Halliburton. All right, these guys all got an excellent pull-up shot, man. We seen Trae Young. We seen Nic Claxton get switched on to Trae Young, and that didn't go too well for him. And then you gotta look. Let's look at the rankings over here, man. So we're gonna pay this guy, almost $100 million. We gotta look at the big men in the actual Eastern Conference. Now we put like Joel Embiid on this team right now. The Brooklyn Nets are not in the ninth seed right now. Okay, so it's like you gotta look at the actual impact on winning. All right, so they're not in the ninth seed. They're a positive, a plus 8 to 9 games. We put Bam Adebayo on this team as currently constructed. The Nets are not a ninth. The Nets are not a ninth seed. He's probably a plus 4 wins. The Nets will be sitting in the 6th seed right now. So the free throw shooting, the jump shooting. We seen him last year actually, shoot in the playoffs when they had when the Nets actually got swept by Boston. He missed 11 straight free throws, 11 straight. He went like 0 for 11 from the line. So I just want to see what was the off-season development from him. In the 4 years that he actually got there, he should be able to really hit a knockdown three-pointer, or at least like a good mid-range shot. We see him try to handle the basketball. That didn't work well against him. He got stripped a couple of times. They said he played point guard when he was in high school, but he should understand when you shouldn't dribble into two people. And if you're going to do that, you need to be able to see the floor and then pass the ball out to an open teammate. So there's a lot of holes in his game. You can deal with one hole, two hole. Ben Simmons, free throw shooting, jump shooting. And if we're gonna get on Ben Simmons about his shooting, I'm gonna get on Nic Claxton about his shooting too. I said the same exact thing about Ben. He needs to work on his free throw shooting, and he needs to work on his jump shooting. And if that's the case, there's no reason to pay Ben Simmons $25 million a year. And if Ben is not going to be able to take you far into the playoffs, it's the same exact thing with Ben Simmons over here. Okay, the same weaknesses. Can't shoot. They can sag off him. If the game does get close, they could put him on the free throw line. You know, so it's the same exact thing. So it's nothing personal. It's not a personal shot when it comes to Nic Claxton. But, you know, there's a lot of development. And it's an 82-game series. You know, these guys get injured. You think they're healthy. They're not. You know, they have, like, you know, a lot of injuries, you know, playing 82 games during the regular season. I mean, Nic Claxton, he had a couple of ankle injuries. So let's say in the off season, he has to let those injuries heal up. Now he should be actually, you know, working on his jump shooting. We haven't seen anything. I haven't seen no improvements. 2019, 2020. Where's the 3-point shooting percentage over here? Let's see. Doesn't really take much. That could be attributed to the coaching, but the coaching would definitely want more spacing. You know, you got to make like guys like Joel Embiid and Jokic and Giannis. You know, you got to actually make them play defense too. You know, and like I said, against Jokic, there's just no. You know, you got to tire this guy out. You see how, you know, he's not really a great lateral defender. So if you can actually pull him out, that would have helped us against that Denver team right there. But he doesn't do that. You know, so I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I think $8.75 million, what he's currently making right now, that's reasonable right now based on all the deficiencies of his game. It's not just like one or two. If he had like just one or two holes in his game, I could see 25 million. But like the footwork, the jump shooting, he needs like a jump hook. You know, the fact that he's undersized. And I know, again, you know, people would tell me, yo, Rashid, he's a 4. He's not really a 5. Well, he's playing the 5, okay? That's the position he's actually really playing right now. He's playing the 5, and he's really undersized. You know, it makes it where, like, you know, guys like with Joel Embiid, we gotta constantly overhelp when he actually gets a post position down there. So there's a lot of holes in Nic Claxton's game. I love the guy. Like I said, I love him. I really love the fact that he's a homegrown guy. But they mentioned Jared Allen over here. I'm like, where's the Cleveland Cavaliers at right now? Let's see. Same thing with him. 8 seed. You know, didn't make it out the first round last year in the playoffs. So this is where having an offensive game actually, you know, you need that. I'm just saying, you know, this is not football. This is basketball. You got to play both sides. You need to be able to score and you need to be able to defend. You know, and you know, 12.7 points a game. I think he's averaging. Yeah, 12.2 point game. You know, it's not really much to get blown away by. I'm just being real. And like I said, I'm saying the same thing about Ben Simmons. When Ben Simmons' contract is up and he's up for renewal, I'm going to say the same thing. Hell no, does Ben Simmons actually get a big contract because of the holes in his game. You know? So, alright, I'll wrap this video up. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, certainly share this video. And when you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.